Please consider showing some love, bro. Please, please. Do you want your gameplay to go from this? Please, just one win, bro, please. To this?
Yup, flower passage, yup, hit both of them, clank, yup, claw, yup, delayed crossings, oh, I miss, crit, yup, flying petals, oh, I'm just too good at the game.
Well then, if so, you've come to the right place, because for the monthly price of $1, no, it's not even, why did I say $0 a month, all you gotta do is watch this video and you too can become a pro. Your build. Your build is easily the most... Your build. Now, your build matters because, obviously, it reflects off your playstyle. If you want to get really nice, like, close up and personal and get a bunch of hits, combos, whatever, go Hakuda. If you want to be a bit more strategic, you know, high damage, strategic, a little bit more risky, go Kendo. If you want to be a complete cat, go Kido. If you're not very skilled at the game, go healing. Speed, you know, if you really want like a nice fast playstyle, you know, using all your moves, you know, utilizing everything, getting some good damage in, go speed. Now, I would recommend going every single skill tree, at least for a little bit, just to like, you know, try it out, see what it's like, before you really settle on one. And I say that because I seriously think you should find a skill tree and just sink your time into it. Just trust me. I'll get on into that later. But you know, once you've found your build, you know, whether it be 50 kendo, 15 speed, 45 kendo, 20 speed, you know, 60 speed, 5 kendo, 50 Hakuda, 15 speed, you know, anything. Once you find your build, just practice with it for a bit, you know, learn your moves, learn the timing of your moves, you know, because you're not going to just instantly pick it up, you know, you're not gonna be like, oh, I found my calling on Kendo, you know what I mean? I had, and I'm being so serious when I say this, I think I had 14, or it was either like 14 or 16 losses in ranked before I had my first win, and you know, now I've got like a 4 win-loss, and like 10 of the losses from that, there's like 14 losses I have, 10 of them are just from when I was trying out a different build. I was going to speed build, you know, just to try it out. And I'll go back onto why I was saying that in a bit. But you know, like I've got a pretty good win-loss now, but I started from being absolutely garbage at this game, like actually abysmal, like a drone, a bot, you know, you wouldn't think I'm real. So just stick at it, you know. You just really need to stick with your build, and you know, your whatever you want to call it, you know, your Rez, your Shrift, your Shikai, you know, whatever race you are, doesn't matter quite as much, but I'll get into that in a bit. But for now, just really focus on finding what build works for you, you know, say, once you have maybe a few hours on the build, you'll start to realize you're kind of getting the timing down better on stuff, you know, say, you're hitting more combos, and, you know, I can't preface this enough. You know what I mean? Timing in this game is so unbelievably important, whether it be parrying or just knowing when to use your move so it will hit, is so incredibly important. It's very important that you learn the moves in this game and when you should use them on your opponent. You know, you don't want to be throwing out moves, you don't want to be your opponent be over there and you use Sank's Winger, or if they're too close to you and they cancel it because it's a very long wind up, you know, you really got to learn all that kind of stuff, and that comes with time. You know, you really need to invest the time into this game, because at the end of the day, you know, as corny as it sounds, this really is a skill. You know, you've got to put the time into it to see the rewards, you know what I mean? Open this door! Open this door! Now that you've got your build out the way, you should really start focusing on what works with your build, element-wise, would be Shikai, Shrift, or Rez, partial Rez, whatever you want to call it. Now, I'm not going to go over in this video, you know, all the good combinations for Shikais and elements, but I'll give you like a general idea, you know, say if you're an Arrancar Hakuda, You'd want to go something like Storm for gap closers. You know, it's really good. Devil was essentially made to go with Hakuda. Anything else just doesn't really work as well. You know what I mean? Say if you want to go Speed or Kendo on Soul Reaper, you know, you've got Duality. Duality's insane. Water is really insane on Speed, because Speed uses quite a lot of Reiatsu. You know, you can run out quite quickly and then not be able to use any moves. Water has Reiatsu Steel on, I'm not sure if it's all of the moves, but definitely some of them. You can steal Reiatsu from your opponent and obviously give it to yourself, which is really strong, especially in like longer fights. You know, say if you want to go Kido, Kyoku Sugetsu, Wind on Soul Reaper are all really good, you know. With Kendo, you know, if you want to go Kendo Quincy, Death Dealing is really good. I have a video up on my channel, Kendo Quincy Death Dealing. You know, go check it out, it's a pretty good video. But once you've found your, you know, ideal element, which, you know, just search up a video, really, or see like search up Kendo Death Dealing, or just, you know, just you can roughly, it's not too hard to find out what works well with your element, and it doesn't have to be, you know, an amazing combination. If you're good, if you learn how to get good with it, it'll work, you know what I mean? As long as you're not trying to do something, you know, like Devil Speed, you know, or Devil Medic, it's just genuinely not a good build, you're at a disadvantage, then you should be fine, you know what I mean? Builds in this game are pretty versatile, you know what I mean? There's quite a lot of options you can go. But anyways, once you've found your element, I would seriously just invest the time into using it, you know, for like an hour or two, get used to the timing again, like what I said before, but then try and figure out some combos. If you've got a friend, you know, make it 10 million times easier. You know, say, let me just try and think of something else. Like, say this move on Scorch. I haven't used Heat, like, very much at all. I've almost just spat onto this. I just wanted to try it out. Say you can go this move, and then the last hit on that, knockbacks. Or knocks them back, you know, ragdolls them. Maybe I could confirm a Sonata after it, you know, and then off that Sonata, I could delayed crossings when they dash back and catch them. You know, Rising Swallow, I could use my crit. You know, there's a lot of options that you can do after. You just want to chain your moves together. You know, this game isn't really, to be completely honest, you don't really use M1s all that much. It's really just a skill-based game. And I don't mean skill-based as in, like, you know, talent or skill, whatever. I mean, like, literally, like, abilities. Spin! Investment. Now that you've found your build and your element, I want you to really invest some time into it. Don't expect to just pick up a, you know, generally good build, you know, Speed, Duality, or anything like that. That's considered a very good build. But don't just expect to win all your matches just because you have a good build. Your builds should complement your skill to the game and what you can achieve with that build. Each build is more of a skill ceiling than skill itself. Because at the end of the day, trust me when I say this, you will get better even if you're not necessarily practicing 24/7. If you are playing the game, whether it's even just bosses or messing around with friends, you know, if you are playing the game, because 90% of the game is PvP, you know what I mean? So as long as you're playing the game, you will get better at the PvP. You might think, oh, I'm never going to get to that level. You will, you just need to put in the time. You see all these really good players, they didn't just spawn in the game on a max level slot with an insane build and just insane at the game. You know, sure, some people have past experience with other PvP games. You know, I sure did. I play a lot of PvP games. But I was still pretty terrible at this game when I first started playing it, you know what I mean? It didn't really transfer. The parrying in this game, everything's quite different to other games. You just really need to invest your time into this game. I'll put up on the screen right now how many hours I have on Type Soul. It's a lot. It's over 200. And maybe like 48 of those are from World Ticket, because like, you know, I've used 2 World Tickets. But besides that, that's still like 200 hours of playtime easily. You know what I mean? It takes time to get good at this game, and I'm not trying to say that I'm the best player in the game. By no means am I trying to say that. But I think I'm at a level now where I'm competent. You know what I mean? I can fight almost anyone. I'm not saying I can win, but I can put up a fight against essentially any player. And that really just comes with time at the end of the day, you know? The more you play, the better you get, and it's really just as simple as that. So just stick with your build, see it through, even if you're not really liking it at the beginning, just try it out. You know what I mean? Just try your build out for at least, I'd say like 3 or 5 hours, and I'm not saying all in one sitting, you know, just try out your build, and if you really don't like it, you know, it's not your thing, swap off of it, you know what I mean, and try a different one. Yo, we on the random helpful tips now. So I just feel like I didn't really need to make like an entire another section almost for this, but you definitely still want to listen to it. Now, the first tip that I'm going to be offering is, once you've gotten to a level where, you know, you're not terrible at the game, you know, you're not the best yet, but you feel like you've progressed a little bit, you know, I would seriously recommend going to the game's Discord, going to clan/guild adverts, I'm pretty sure that's what the channel is called, and join a clan. You know, you might need to do tryouts, but some clans, they really just accept like anybody, you know what I mean? And just play with some people in a clan, you know, you really just help you and your guildmates get better. You know, you see one of your guildmates say, oh, you want a 1v1, you know what I mean? I think that seriously helped me become a better player, you know. Kuza, shout out Kuza, bro, my goats. Yeah, just join a clan, you know, interact with the community, you know, you'll become a better player, you learn more things from talking to other people who are good at the game, you know, it's a great thing to do with the game. You get to participate in clan wars, you know, do some 2v2s, you know, do a bunch of stuff like that. It seriously helps you get better at the game, and you learn quite a lot. And again, I think the best way to improve in this game is, again, just fighting, whether it be ranked 1v1s or just jumping people on the street, you know what I mean? I, again, had a very terrible win-loss ratio when I first started playing this game. It was like 1-14. It was abysmal. It was not good. Oh, I might get that. No, I'm not. It was terrible. And what I did is I just stopped playing ranked, which, honestly, thinking back on it, I think if I just kept playing, I probably would have gotten better faster. But what I did is, seeing as I just got so sick and tired of losing every single match, for like a week, I just stopped playing ranked, and I would just play in public servers and just attack people. I would just jump people, whether I'd win or lose, I'm still playing the game, I'm fighting people almost constantly, and trust me, that helps you get better so fast, bro. It's just being able to just fight different people with different playstyles who think differently, and just seeing what works and what doesn't helps so much. It's drastic, the amount of improvement you can get just from like fighting people. It sounds so obvious, but I feel like so many people don't do it. And this is another thing that I just want to mention. The servers in this game are quite weird. It's almost like the latency, like not literal ping. Oops, I don't know what that was. Not literal ping, but servers in this game seem to just almost work differently. You know, a public server compared to a 2v2 server, they feel, you can tell that you're playing, it almost feels just like a different game. It feels slower in 2v2 servers, I feel, and same with ranked. You know, clan wars and public servers feel around the same, but ranked, genuinely just, the servers just aren't the same. So if you feel that way, you're not alone. That's genuinely just the game servers. Yo, Ancient Fox Blue here from the future. There was a couple things I forgot to say in this video that I just want to quickly get over with. One, confidence. This is gonna sound stupid, bro, but trust me, being confident in your fights helps so much. Even if it's just like kind of like cocky almost. Like, I'm not saying be an asshole to them. I'm just saying, like, in your mind, know you're him, bro. You can beat them and you're gonna win. You know what I'm saying? Be confident in your fights. Keep your composure. You know, be real. Be real. Also, parries. Make sure you're learning parry timings on moves, because obviously when you start playing, you're not gonna know them. But when you're fighting, just keep in mind, okay, that's the time I should parry. In the future, I'm gonna try and parry it. And then eventually you'll just kind of get the hang of it, you know, whether it's a Gran Racero, a Vert Down, a Eviscerate, you know, any of those things. You can parry them, and it is so much better to learn the timing than just block them the entire time, because half of those will block break you, and that's like the worst thing that can happen to you in this game. Peace. And that pretty much wraps up the video, you know. I was just gonna say one more biggest tip right now. Like, press escape, get out of full screen on this video. Like and subscribe, baby. You know who it is. Like and subscribe, you know what I mean? And you're just automatically just gonna become the best player in the game. I mean, it's just this simple, you know what I mean? Only 2% of the people who watched my last video were subscribed, man. Get that number up, bro. Come on, we got to lock in, you know? 2024, this is my year, man. I got to lock in, you know? We're halfway through the year. I've uploaded one video. Yes, let's go. But we're in it now. We're back in the game. But yeah, man, that's pretty much the video. You know, if I forget anything, I'll put it in the comments. If anybody has any questions for anything, put it in the comments. You know, you say, oh, is this element, is this good with this skill tree or whatever? You know, is this, you know, any questions, I will be answering them in the comments, you know? So feel free, you know, leave some comments, like the video, subscribe, you know, share it to your friends who are also equally as bad at the game as you are. Yeah, see you, man.
Gone. The true combos are gone. Nerfed to Zumabachi damage and removed all true damage.
Wait, the update's out. They nerfed it.
Yeah, then look at the first things. Look at the first things.